Today, in Mysterious Morsels, we're talking about the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Okay, it's just iconic. You gotta watch it at some point. I will grant you it's not for everybody, but the Rocky Horror Picture Show is definitely the cult classic, underground, become mainstream, and associated with Halloween, although not really Halloween, but I get it because obviously it's costume and a lot of macabre, if you will, although really more saucy drag than anything. Stellar performance by Tim Curry, literally song and dance man. Probably a risky start to a career that went on to be fantastic. So it proved that he was versatile and could do anything. But I believe it started as a stage play in London in the late 70s with Richard O'Brien, aka Riff Raff, writing the script and putting together a lot of the music. And it's just a really campy, bawdy, funny, just worth watching. Definitely not for everybody, but it's so neat. And there's so many famous people in there that went on to make fantastic careers and have stellar background choices and win awards and everything else that I'm glad that they took the opportunity and took the chance on something as iconic and yet strange at the time. You know, sometimes you don't know what a program is going to do, and what's going to happen on the theater can happen very differently in movies. So it was a wild success in London in the theaters, and they were like, "Oh, we'll bring it, to the U.S. and we'll make a movie." And it didn't hit right away. It didn't hit well at all. It was banned in a lot of situations or looked at funny or ridiculed badly. And poor Richard O'Brien, because he poured his soul into it. And it started to pick up years after it actually came out. And it was really due to one woman that kept going back, and a lot of people kept going back that did like it, but this one woman started to incorporate the audience participation factor. And that was born of her going into the theater and saying obnoxious things back to the screen, or bringing a newspaper or throwing toast, or all the little pieces that went with it, and the squirt guns and whatnot. And had she not done that, I don't recall her name, but had she not done that, it wouldn't have begat more people doing that, so it caught on, and it became like the late night place to go, and it was showed many times over different cities in the United States at midnight, and it became the midnight show for years, and in several places still runs. It's always brought out, this time of year because it's the whole spooky thing, but it's definitely got that sort of macabre to it, because it's a castle, and apparently there's a lot of great lore to it, because the castle that they used to film it was used in different spooky movies, and apparently the skeleton in the grandfather clock was real, which is crazy. And I love Meat Loaf too, so the fact that Meat Loaf's in it is really cool, and he was very nervous about doing that role because he was young and starting out, and he thought it was so against his down-home Texan upbringing, but he ended up doing it, and obviously it went great, and he had a fantastic career as well. So everybody that went into it, whether they went into it with trepidation or not, really came out on top for it. Certainly Susan Sarandon and Barry Bostwick are still going strong with their independent movie careers, and Tim Curry as well, and Richard O'Brien went on to write more and produce and everything. The lips that appear in the beginning were actually Magenta's lips, even though Richard O'Brien is doing the singing. So it's kind of weird, but par for the course on the Rocky Horror Picture Show to hear a male but see a female's lips. So it was definitely a musical, definitely, like I said, not for everybody, but something that you might want to see or check out. It's ridiculous. Know that it's ridiculous going into it. And there was a sequel, which I never watched. It's a shame because I just don't think it's going to ever be the same way. It's sort of like Grease 2. Yeah, you can watch it, but it's never going to land the same way. Or like Dirty Dancing 2. I appreciate the effort, but it's never going to land the same way. You have that lightning in a bottle situation where magic happens with one cast, and it was meant to be a one-time thing, and it definitely was meant to be a one-time thing. But again, this time of year you'll see a lot of that come out, or you hear the time warp, or you'll see people dressing ridiculously or putting on the Nell Carter hat with the the sparkly chorus girl situation, or Little Nell rather, I should say. So yeah, there's a lot of that is still incorporated into modern day lore with everything that goes on to Halloween, and it's definitely not just a Halloween thing, but yeah, I would admit you hear less about it in the middle of the summer, although there are still those midnight shows that people go out and still participate in. If you've never been, definitely don't wear good clothes, and if you're going to participate, there's certain things you can bring, and that would go with you, newspapers, literally toast, toilet paper, a squirt gun. There's just things that you could go and bring, but be careful because you're probably going to get a little dirty, a little wet, and they'll start asking people, how many times you've seen it, and it'll definitely be something that is like on a countdown, and they'll get up in the aisles and dance, and it is kind of ridiculous and funny, but if you give in to the frivolity, then you'll definitely love it. It is by far one of the catchiest sets of tunes that I've seen, well written and well produced. And again, the film became the underground to America as a Broadway play as well, but it seemed to hit better in London, and it was a little earlier. It's like around 76, and here it is years later, still going. So who knew that Wadsworth from Clue was started out as Dr. Frank-N-Furter? But it's definitely worth the watch, and it is iconic, and it's colorful, and it's wacky, and it's crazy, and it is a fan favorite, and definitely not an accident. Tell me your favorite character in the comments below. I would love to know. Of course, Frank-N-Furter is iconic. Like I said, I'm really partial to Meat Loaf, and I do love Riff Raff. Just the way they did the costumes, I think, were fantastic. So let me know in the comments your favorite Rocky Horror Picture Show character, and if you want to check out any of our other videos, then feel free to do that, and I left you some links below if you're into the spooky. I've written a couple books myself that maybe you'll find interesting. 7 Dreams is one of them that I had 7 crazy dreams that happened, and I just thought I'd share. So thanks for checking us out, and we'll be back soon with the next installment of Mysterious Morsels.